Political scientist Professor Hamid Ghany stated that it's too early to predict the outcome of the general elections for both Tobago seats. However, he noted that based on the data, the race is between the PNM, PDP and TPP. He spoke on the Good Morning Tobago Show, and reporter Kandace Jackson has more details.
Will the PNM retain the Tobago East and West seats for a third consecutive term, or will another party take control? Political scientist Professor Hamid Ghany says it's too early to tell. However, he pointed to insights from data gathered in previous general and THA elections. In the case of the Tobago West seat, Ghany noted that PNM support appeared to be weakening.
Because between the August 2020 general election, when they won Tobago West, what had happened is that we saw some of the polling divisions. When you go inside of the numbers on the individual polling divisions, we saw that the PNM vote had collapsed. The collapse started in January of 2021, and the collapse was cemented in December of 2021.
Ghany explained according to the data, the PDP was on track to win the Tobago West seat. However, this has since been affected by the 2022 split in the party, which led to the formation of the TPP.
So how the voters will handle this in terms of how they shuffle their votes, if it is that they move from PDP to TPP, we'll see. If they decide to stay with PDP, we'll see. And the PNM will have to regain votes. Regardless of what happens, the PNM has to regain votes.
Ghany also noted that registering 9 candidates for the Tobago West seat signifies a vibrant democracy. However, it also indicates that the PNM has lost some support. He suggested that the PNM faces an even greater challenge in retaining the seat in Tobago East.
I think the PNM are very well aware that the Tobago East is the weaker of the two when they look at the historical data. And I think that when we look at what happened in the two THA elections in 2021, you had a situation in which a number of polling divisions, when you examine them, you realize that the PNM lost considerable support.
Once again, when the PNM lost support, the PDP gained ground. However, this momentum was also impacted by the split within the PDP.
So that there may be other parties in the race who may argue that they have a right to be considered as well. And yes, they do have the right to be considered. But the data that we're working with in terms of past performance is the real issue is, does the PDP vote stay PDP or does the PDP vote go TPP? That's a big issue, and does the PNM regain support that it had lost in 2021?
5 parties are contesting the Tobago East seat, but Ghany believes the real battle is between the PNM, TPP and PDP. He also stated that as the April 28th general election date approaches, it may become clearer how the votes will swing. Kandace Jackson, Tobago Updates, Television News.